Hello everybody, this is Mr. Ghoul Gamer signing in to say welcome back. Last time we had done, well, a few of these jobs. As I say, I've left that one for now because I spent maybe half an hour running around doing a few of these jobs. Next up, now, let's have a look. Which one do I want to do? Ryota's Youth or Nakano Underground? Honestly, I want to go with the Underground because it has a, well, it has a farm development kit. Actually, yeah, we need a farm development kit for this one. Nakano Underground. The client is the government. Nakano Underpass. This case is from the government. The door to Nakano Underpass has been unlocked. What waits on the other side? Let's start the investigation, shall we? I'll explain all the details. The client this time is the local government that takes care of the utilities of Nakano. Basically, it's a bureaucratic agency. Why are you so shocked? Of course, we specialize in supernatural and complex cyber, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperate very well with Detective Matayoshi's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've received a case from the public agency. Quite a rare event. This case was already discussed by Detective Matayoshi with the government agency. It's a bit special, so Detective Matayoshi passes down to the government agency like a sort of ace up his sleeve, and now it's our case. Got it? Mm-hmm. Good. The case is to unlock a gate in Nakano Underpass. It seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch and can't be opened. What you don't know about Nakano Underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nakano's public utilities such as power, cables, water pipes, and so on. They are moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city centre above ground by housing public utilities underground. Looks like the physical power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not too distant future. Underneath Nakano, there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are of course many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate needs to be. The pass was protected electronic lock, but it seems that some time ago it was locked for no reason and no one's been able to open it since. They contacted the manufacturer, but they gave up. If needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously that would incur serious costs. While the costs are discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. Seems something strange is going on. The manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate, but the government suspected criminal activity and called Matayoshi. I see. So when the agency we actually speak. I see. So then the buck passed to the criminal detective agency. Well, after all, we have the best people for all the job. If you want to access a place that's off-bound to most, it's actually a good opportunity to see. I've been wanting to investigate the rumours surrounding Nakano's underpass system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally there's a cyberspace inside it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. I've already received permission from the government to access the underpass. Alright then. Shall we go forward and find out what the real situation is with this underground gate is? Whatever is that groaning voice coming... Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies beyond the gate? This is going to be so much fun. It's an underground gateway, so there will just be underground tunnels behind it, right? Have you heard of the stochastic process in quantum mechanics? I guess I should tell you about Schrodinger's cat. Ah, now that I know. Until we open the gate, we cannot know if we will find an underground tunnel or the void of space. Until you open that gate, the world is just in flux of overlapping possibilities, so just try to enjoy it. Let's go. The case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? That's your job to find out. There is a reason why this quest is level 3 though, and it's not for like, oh, it's just going to be a long quest. No, most quests that, require very little effort are usually 1 star. This one's going to actually require some digital know-how, if you get what I mean. First and foremost, nothing strange around here. Did you arrive at the underpass? The gate we need to unlock is inside. Control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect jump to it and unlock the gate. What happened? What? Connect jump isn't working? That's strange. It's not like trial luck, so there should be some kind of nerve inside it. Perhaps it's just because you can't activate the connect jump. Maybe it's just because you can't because you didn't activate the connect jump properly. Right, I think it's time I verify your ability to perform a connect jump. Raise your hand. Now concentrate. Now what? That's it. 30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Several hours later. 100 years later. What are you doing? What were you doing just now? What are you doing? It seems it's not working. Oh, there we go. Oh no, it looks like I can't verify it. Well, it seems that you can only jump if you feel disappointed. If I were to posit a theory as to how your connect jump works, your ability locates digital waves, piggybacks on it to the target location's digital space, and then enters it. It can be a network or a PC server. It doesn't matter what your target location is. If it has a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seem to be certain limitations when interfering with the digital wave. In other words, when you can, and when you can, and when you can't, you can't. What we've determined is that you're connected before by chance, even if there are specific reasons why you're able to time. Put simply, cause and effect are connected to... Wait a second, how did you connect jump this time then? I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there are others like you who tried and failed to open the lock and were disappointed. Yes, disappointment is definitely key. I've rambled on long enough. Please get this lock opened as quickly as you can. Basically, what I can translate from that, apart from Digiline, I've been going all about sunbathing lately. It's my go-to thing when I'm free. Sounds great, I'll enjoy it sometime. What I'm getting from that translation is that we have to kind of connect emotionally with the emotion around the digital space. That's kind of what I'm suspecting is what they're trying to explain. And, you know, that might be what our boss is trying to describe. We need to sympathize with the digital wave, is the best way to put it. Which I like. It's an ability, you know, beforehand we've just been accessing normal digital waves by just, you know, hopping in. But then again, they've been public networks. Private networks that we've been given access to. Sort of like someone saying, hey, you can come in and join us. So what my guessing for the role for this, yep, that's the digital key, is that for some reason, certain digital... So, to clarify what I mean, and again, this might be me rambling, so computer will tell me copy and paste. We've been definitely copies the target's data color and temporarily saves it by passing a colorless base. When corrected place, the security will drop and you'll be able to continue. So what I'm getting is that we've been beforehand when we've needed to access people's phones, maybe a secure digital line, we've been given access or permission to enter. This time we had to sympathize with one to get in, so whoever was trying to get in here before obviously felt a great deal of disappointment not being able to open the lock. Which I find interesting, an idea for, you know, a set of powers that you have to literally empathize with someone to connect to it. Fortunately, XP yield is so low because we've already been in the section before. It's just slightly different. Copy and paste. Door should be unlocked now. Let's go back and check. And as always, actually, let's use an item. I was meant to pick up some, but you know, better late than never. Export. Let's get the hells out. Go to Nakano underpass, yes please. This is why I said we needed to have a, you know, decent Digimon selection. seems you managed to unlock the gate, so thanks for that. So thanks for that. It must have been easy for you given your skill. But there's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel. What do you mean by a bit? Isn't there any sign of Digimon or an Eater in there? You see, it's strange just to see a small section of labyrinth. I know I've said we couldn't know what we would find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe what we witnessed was a specific digital wave occurrence. It's as if there's some kind of current. I see. This is definitely a ley line. Have you ever heard of ley lines before? They are, in many in Tokyo, they're also called dragon chains. Dragon signifies the undiluted landscape, the hills and mountains. The dragon chain is what we would call the flow of the land's spirit. It's well-known Sosutake, advisor of Ieyasu Tokugawa, turned Edo into a great feng-shi city. It is said that he built a waterway and path to lead the chi from Mount Fuji and Tokyo Bay to Edo Castle. Of particular, it was the instance where Kaniji and Asakusa Shrine to the northeast and Sojuji and He Shrine to the southwest are all big religious institutions. In feng shui, those directions are thought to draw negative energy their way. The shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. But if you look at the lines that connect Buddhist temples, Kaniji and Zojiji, and Shinto shrines, Asuka and He, you'll find they cross right inside the old E-Castle, home to today's Tokyo's Imperial Palace. It's quite fascinating to see. Nowadays, the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines and radio towers dot the north, east and south west. You could say we've finished what the Tenkai started. Viewed from the eyes of the current society, those rail lines and radio towers are artificial ley lines that some from the old roads and waterways. Naturally, where you're standing in underground constitutes another ley line running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either. The one that's believed to be emitted from Mount Fuji is supposed to run right through here. The man-made tunnel layered on top of it allows the digital waves to keep flowing in perpetuity. It's really a particular thing going on down there. That's what's producing this quasi-labyrinth you're seeing before you. Knowing that those weird voices that people are supposing hearing probably belong to Digipede as a result. I could go on for a while yet about this subject, but you at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? Basically, there's a current of some kind. I'll take that you mean you understood it well enough then. At this point, your work is done, but we can't exactly ignore the newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go a little further and check out things out for me? And we have a Digiline. Well, and a ley line. Far more investigation complete. Found one case. So, we explore. There are Digimon here, believe it or not. And there is a route. Now, I believe we need to go this way, because again, these routes do have a select pathway you're supposed to follow. Right, this is the wrong way, but I'm just checking, be sure. So go left first, and then I think it's left, right, left. I'm not quite 100% sure, but computer, well, actually, that's video. Computer, you can settle down. Okay, yeah, fuck you too, buddy. Can't just keep going on, so if it stays on course like that, which you're going, you'll end up in Roppongi, which would mean, You know, this reminds me of something else I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, Tokyo's ley lines stem from Mount Fuji, which of course not all that a coincidence given that it's a sacred place. And the energy takes old highways like Koshu, Keido and Tokugado to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. The energy joins up with an underground waterways going along the highways that carry Mount Fuji's snowmelt to Tokyo, flowing into the cities together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be where else than Nakano. But simply put, all ley lines that flow throughout Tokyo could well be coming out on their own stomping grounds, believe it or not. Wouldn't that be amazing to think about if that turned out to be true? I completely lost the plot on that one. You lost me, boss. Stop right there. Don't go any further. You're standing in the border of municipality. Go any further and you'll be in central government territory. That's a hive we best not poke. Color me intrigued though. What a hell of a thing to stumble upon just walking around inside that tunnel. We aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's still so much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough. I think head back the way you came and regroup at the office. Okay, I was wrong. I thought we had to go for that entire dungeon. Though it's not as strong as we used to. That tunnel is causing a digital shift. We should probably keep it locked up before or after all. I have no idea what I'm going to explain all this to our clients. No matter how you spin it, it'll probably be a lot to take in. I wouldn't be surprised if we come away looking even sketchier than we already do. Now let's just let Detective Matsuyoshi deal with it. Some jobs are just best left to others. You're curious as what exactly was actually beyond that where you stopped? That makes two of us, believe me. Actually, while you were on your way back, I started looking into it a little bit. Apparently found was Kamishira's research lab of all things. Oh, don't be dense. I told you that area is under the jurisdiction of the central government. That's not the sort of place you wander into for fun. If nothing else, indicates that Kamishira and the government have a tighter relationship than we previously suspected. Going after Kamishira could well mean we'd also be ruffling with the government's feathers. That's why we can't be hasty right now. We'll do what we can to prepare and cross that bridge when we come to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine that Kamishira has changed the password in the door and rendered it impossible to get open. They probably weren't counting on us being able to actually break in and sneak around. Knowing that, it could well serve out as our ace in the hole or later when time comes to confront them, hopefully unawares. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to, and be grateful we have that up our sleeve if need be. On that note, I realise this case is technically closed, but what do you say about heading over to Roppongi for me one more time? I don't mean an official business, rather I'm keen on doing a little independent intelligence gathering of our own internal views. Surely you're interested in knowing why Kamishira has built a research lab underneath the Tokyo Metropolitan Government building too, right? So how about you just walk in through the front door there and see what you sound good? I.e., bit of spy work. Considering we are a cyber sleuth, isn't too bad. I should also check the other case to see what we've got, but that's actually... Is it you that I can buy things off of? Welcome, bye. Yay! Home gates and exports. Oh, we got attachments to new attachments now. Anyway, but yes, you might be wondering why I'm stocking up on those. Mostly just because, A, I feel like I need, well, not I need, but I just kind of want to have a few of those just while I'm grinding. Oh, are you here for a tour of the lobby? Please, come inside. You must be confused. Let me explain. Construction of this new metropolitan building isn't entirely complete as of yet. Well, it was at one point, but that is until a major firm came in and decided to upper floors merited additional construction. As such, while that's going on, lobby here remains free and open for the public to visit. Did you make it inside the building? Alright, I get you. So they're alright with you hanging around the lobby. Well then, that makes our work a little easier then. Go on. Go on in. All you need at this point is a terminal somewhere so you can infiltrate the systems. Piece of cake at this stage, I'd say. Once you find the terminal, just slip in and work your magic like always. Wish I was there to see it myself. Seems like quite the sight. It reminds me of the Tower of Babel in a way. I guess I'm starting to ramble again though. Don't worry about me. Feel free to get back to work now. I feel that she's just, you know, reads way too much into things. Anyway, let's talk around. New City Hall in Roppongi. Couldn't have expected that in my wildest dreams. Seems like anything that could happen in Kamishira's, with Kamishira backing it. Not that I expect any less from a company like that. Again, these people will just be chilling here. We don't really want to... If you want to talk to them, fine. I don't think they have anything of note to say, but there's a small digital shift happening here. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, you found a terminal that's digital shifting a little. If the shift is weak while it's prominent enough for you to notice, it could be the sign that this place will turn into a labyrinth later on. Well, for now, try connect jumping into it. We have no idea what could be inside there, so stay on your feet, alright? Oh gods. Okay, that's how... I think this place is going to be one of the stronger dungeons to have a quick poke around. Anyway, there's an item up here. Let's see what it is. Bug recovery. Those are quite useful. And again, we haven't actually experienced bug yet, which is weird. Ah, some decent Digimon that we have fought before. Well, had on our party before at the very least. One of them. And you're going over there. Ooh, decent XP area. If you want to do some grinding here, I wouldn't turn away from the idea, but of course, I'm not going to do the grinding on screen, and I might pop back here later to do some. Again, we have the ability to access certain areas that we have explored before, so, good grinding spot. Oh, now I understand why certain things are here. Okay, let's change the party out real quick, shall we? You're going there. No offense, Galmon, but yeah, now I understand why the bug thing was there for. First off, into that Vigilab. We are saving and going after that thing, because dear gods, I'm very much aware of it, how squishy we are. And while I'm here, I might as well show one more thing. We might have received a farm expansion plugin not too long ago. I think it's time we expand the farm. There's a reason for this. Farm good. I'm putting in Sleuth's secrets to help with the sleuthing and increase the precision of searches. I'm also going to command for more investigations. It should produce more, you know, better quality investigations for us to do. I have all that on camera. Now, let's just see if there's anything around here to acquire. No, there isn't. Or at least not that I bother. And Eater. Again, no scan data, but data is converging. Oh, gods. Okay. Attack up. This thing's gonna hit like a truck if it does. I'm just gonna wolf claw it. Like, it doesn't seem to be as strong, but it's still strong enough for me to be concerned. Oh, yes. Again, smack with our ultimate level Digimon that are at the highest levels. Oh god, that thing didn't take much damage from that, did it? Okay. You could destroy it. Please do some actual job metal, Greymon. Oh dang, you're actually doing well. Okay, Wolf Claw. Gotta take this thing out quick. Booyah! No items required from that battle, but then again, we're getting a farm expansion plugin, so yeah, potato potato. So you found Eater inside there after all. But you couldn't find any other evidence of note. You're not seeing the forest through the trees here. In fact, there was an Eater inside the terminal as well as big evidence in and of itself. Regardless, let's call it a day. Get back into the office now. It's probably hard work going all over the place today. But thanks to you, I think I'm starting to piece it all together. While you were out there and out and about, I decided to measure the digital waves coming from that building. And I found that the Metropolitan Government Building itself is one big digital wave force field. From what I can tell, the energy is flowing straight into Tokyo's Metropolitan Government Building via a ley line inside the Nakano underpass. So that building, that underground lab Kamishiro has beneath the building is probably controlling the energy flow. Remember what I said about the ley lines when you were inside the tunnel, don't you? Yeah. Well, there are two things at play here: the natural energy flow of the Earth along the ley lines, and the digital wave emanation from a sea of electrons. If you make a massive structure like the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building a hub for those things, then you'll manipulate their flow. Why do they need to do it that way? Well, for one, digital waves might be invisible naked eye, but they have mass and therefore require a vessel. And the bigger the vessel is that contains those waves, the more energy you can build up. This probably also explains the new construction going on, as more space would mean that much more energy Kamishiro can stockpile. The extra energy would then go on to impact the building beyond the facility, hence the digital shift you ran into in the lobby. And with any good digital shift comes an eater, of course. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this place goes labyrinth eventually. But we don't have to be concerned about that anymore. Now you've cleared up the joint. Now you've cleaned the joint up. On the other hand, it's worrying on its own way that things have resolved so cleanly this time. The fact that digital waves can be concentrated in such small quantities as to attract individual eaters and produce a micro labyrinth is scary. If you hadn't been there, it might well have been might not have been caught until much later. The whole thing doesn't sit well with me at all. This case has taught us that there's technology that can mostly suppress large amounts of digital waves as they build up and place rarely. The deliberate and calculating nature of all indicates that someone got big plans in the works, suffice it to say. This, of course, calls for more investigation. We need to figure out how long this has been going on and just exactly its fault. Let's keep an eye on these peeled and move forward. Ami, we're onto something here. I know it. And like that, our job is complete. Farm development kit. Sleuth rank up, and almost Cyber Sleuth. Drive is really admirable. Keep it up. One way or the other, we'll definitely deal with Kamishiro when the time is right. However, that time is not today, it seems, because this is Mr. Ghoul Gamer signing out to say thanks for watching. Next time, we'll be helping our little friend getting a job of some kind that doesn't require much workforce. So, this is Mr. Ghoul Gamer signing out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.